if you ever get all stressed out and you want to just kind of decompress, people talk about the attributes of yoga and motion and stretch and being calm and thoughtful and everything. Tonight's your night. We've got special attention from Miss Yvonette. Is that right?
Yvonette, yes.
Yvonette, who is a fitness and yoga instructor. Who has a, do you have a studio in town?
We work at the Travasa Resort.
At Travasa Resort?
Yes.
And we can get more information about the resort at Travasa Resort on the internet? Travasa.com?
Yes.
Cool. And again, I want to thank you for coming out. And, we can see you just a little bit here on the side. Can you, do you see yourself in the monitor?
Yes.
Yeah, so scoot. Okay.
This way.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Well, actually, yeah, if you want to come over, we're looking at this camera right here.
Oh, okay.
So, how long have you been doing yoga as an instructor? And
I've been doing fitness and yoga since I was 18, but as an instructor since 1980.
Outstanding, outstanding. And who is this standing?
This is my daughter Kathleen, and she has a kinesiology degree, a master's in science.
Ooh, kinesiology.
And she also is a yoga and fitness instructor for how long, Kathleen?
13 years.
For
since
13
2000.
years, so it's on the family.
Fantastic. And that's a really hard discipline structurally, the muscles and ligaments and tendons and everything, trying to get everything to work just right. And then somebody comes in and says, well, it hurts kind of here. And, at least if you were a car, you would see where the oil is leaking or where the wire was broken. But with someone coming to a kinesiology specialist, you can't really open them up and say, oh, that's what's wrong. Do you have any
Assessment.
Yeah. Are there any things that you go to or things that are common ailments that people complain about?
Well, they complain, of course, about knee pain, lower back being the major complaint. But there's different people have different problems, but 80% of the population has back problems. And
see, and I do too. And it hurts.
And like today, we are going to explain why, and it's due to what we do, mostly what we do with our feet. And Kathleen and I are going to explain about that. Also, I would like to introduce Olga.
Yes, come on over, Olga.
Come over here. She's my business partner. We own a company called Smarter Fitness, etc. And she is a fitness enthusiast, and she's going to help demonstrate today. Too.
Right. Let's see. Let me get into the picture here with you a little bit. Seems like we've been trying to all get in here. Don't let me cut you off. Go over a little bit.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh.
Olga,
Well, I was just
come on
saying,
with
and
us.
Olga, I'm glad you came with us and took time to come out here and be on TV. As crazy as it seems, we really know what we're doing for the most part. We're just having a few little things tonight, but again, yoga is a very ancient, very old, established art, and I guess it's kind of like a tomato sauce or any kind of special anything. You can go from town to town and village to village and area to area. There are similar things, and there are things that are different. Do you find that there's any similarities and differences in your time of being around people who come from different parts of the world and practice yoga, or is it all the same?
Well, we all have basically the same poses that we do, and of course we have different levels. Some of us are just beginning, some of us been doing for 30 years, and some of us, and yoga is a process, so we are constantly working on the physical body and hopefully getting eventually to that inner and that spirituality.
Sometimes there are like yogis who bend and contort themselves up into little bitty balls where it's like, almost like a pretzel. I'm more like the basic lump of dough. It doesn't really kind of twist up very much.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I practiced judo, And some of the warm-ups I find out now, like downward facing dog and that sort of thing, my original sensei was from the Air Force, and to him that was a Japanese push-up, but still it was, you know, coming in and scooping down and holding the pose and all that stuff. So again, it's still some of the more extreme versions of some of the calisthenics or exercises that most American kids would have seen, but it's just a little different. It's like, you know, instead of just doing a push-up, you know, you have to go through and you really have to squeeze and hold and everything, you know, so.
Yes, that a lot of the different arts use yoga poses to warm up or to stretch. And
Exactly.
we are specialized in yoga therapy, so more therapeutic type of yoga. And since we are both fitness instructors and Kathleen being a kinesiology major, and we are going to focus more on the therapy part of the exercise.
Awesome. Well, again, it's from Travasa.
Travasa.
Travasa is that T-R-A-V-A-A-S-A.
That's where we work.
T-R-A-V-A-A-S-A.
Beautiful
That's
resort.
the resort. And again, if you want more information, there's plenty of it on the internet, and I'm sure a lovely place. And lovely instructors, of course. And again, we want to thank them for coming on to the Up Late Austin show. And like I was telling them before, it really helps to broaden the different things we offer on the show, which we try to, you know, all the cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
So how we doing? We're ready? Thank you.
And we are definitely cool.
Oh, definitely, absolutely cool.
We are definitely cool.
Absolutely cool. Oh, and the last thing I want to cover is I was noticing you have an accent. Is that from Lubbock or Dallas?
I am
almost-
from Brazil originally, and she's
I
from
grew up in Russia.
in Russia.
In Russia? Really? And what town or village?
It used to be known as Stalingrad. Most people know
Stalingrad?
it by that, but now it's Volgograd. So it was
Volgograd?
named after Stalin became uncool. So.
Oh, right. Well, Stalin, I mean, you can't erase what, you know, the people, you know, and the whole everything. I mean, like him or not, he became big enough that we're talking about him now. So, but again, glad you made the trip and glad you're here in the Up Late Austin studios. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, ladies, I'll let you guys take over, and yeah, if you need anything, let us know. Okay.
Sure. Hi, my name is Yvonette Carruthers, and this is Kathleen Carruthers, and she has a master's in kinesiology and science. And I would like to ask her to tell us why do we need to use a foam roller? Because we are going to concentrate on this piece of equipment here.
The foam roller is one of many tools that you can use for a technique called self-myofascial release. And if you don't know what that is, which some people don't know what that is, your myofascia is just a webbing of connective tissue that covers all of your muscles and joints. It's kind of the glue that holds everything together and keeps everything connected. And with poor mechanics, injuries, just misalignments, and just life in general, you develop these knots and snags in your fascia. And this can create a lot of immobility, so you want to be able to get those knots out. And stretching doesn't get rid of the knots. It's good for you to stretch, but the knots are going to still be there, so you have to use some kind of a tool. This is one of many tools you can use to get rid of those knots.
And who do you recommend foam rolling to?
All sorts of people should foam roll. I mean, everybody from just your everyday person who wants to be able to perform daily activities with more ease and less pain. And then your professional athlete. I know that the Dallas Mavericks, probably them too, but the San Antonio Spurs uses it in their warm-ups, just as part of the warm-up. So if you arrive a couple hours before the game, you'll notice that they're using a foam roller for self-myofascial release along with other warm-up exercises.
Great.